him away here on Mirage. It's going to be difficult to get that level of impact, but we will see if they can pull it off here. MOUZ will at least get the CT-sided start. NaVi going to be starting on the T side. MOUZ would love a pistol to be picked up.
Would be a good start for them if they could do it. NaVi all outside of this A side of the map. They have a couple of pieces of utility, a smoke and a flash ready, and Simple has a P250 in his hand. He's sitting in Palace right now while his teammates try and work their way out onto the bomb site.
Wow, Dexter and Bymas off to a flying start here for MOUZ with 2 kills, but Simple will eventually come out of Palace. A headshot on the P250, followed up onto the dome of Bymas as well. They're just running down the stairs, defender, and eventually enough bodies will be thrown at it for NaVi to come out on top of that fight, but it's still a 2v2. We still stand with a kit on the back of JDC, and no longer will Bit stand at all in this pistol. Electronic yet to get a kill in the pistol round. That could change here as he's left in the 1v2 from Tetris. It's one, but he won't be able to knock torzsi down either, so it will be the defuse, and the round win will go MOUZ's way.
Team ace for MOUZ. Everyone getting a piece of the pie. And those early kills were very important for MOUZ there. I think the idea for NaVi was to have the players swarm the site and then have Simple come into play with this P250 from Palace. So they were hoping to get out onto the site early, and then Simple would have had that opportunity to hold long range towards jungle, maybe towards CT. But because the kills came in so quick, Simple never really had that opportunity early. They were already down, and oh, SDY will be dropping an AK over to Simple for this round.
There we go. Let's see if he can get something done with it. He is hunting down the B defender, spots the jump of JDC. In the meantime, Dexter has taken down Perfecto, so NaVi have lost a player early.
Yeah, I think they were looking to see if they got that pick towards B. NaVi could have exploded and tried to just trade out the other player towards the B side of the map. But MOUZ don't give away that early opportunity. So NaVi will have to spread out elsewhere and see if they can land some headshots. There is that lack of utility in this round for NaVi. And the flash into mid from MOUZ gets them a little info. Nice shot from torzsi on a tight angle. Electronic out of there. Simple exposed at mid. They tried to double peek, but Simple almost had the opportunity for the double kill of his own. It's just Bit now left up. He knows that Frozen is on short, but Frozen takes the fight with confidence. MOUZ get that 2-0 start they were looking for. But outside of SDY, NaVi have left enough money for a buy.
Yeah, good clean round for MOUZ for the most part, and that's just that first kill. Lovely little fade away from Dexter. But yeah, NaVi will come into this next round. We'll see what they're able to show us on the T side. Hey, it's only a D goal for Simple.
Yeah, he returns the favor. He drops the AK to SDY.
He had an IOU.
Apparently.
He's paid his debt.
Paid that loan back. Good to see.
It's just reminding him of the days Zeus used to be in the team.
Bit's already out into this advanced position. And MOUZ look like they do want to contest mid, but they're not ready. Bit doubles down on the mid control. And now NaVi are in pole position to win this round.
Yeah, good start there from Bit. He's taking a lot of damage, but a good double kill. And that puts NaVi in a really good spot, as you said, to try and close this one. So they're going to start to gather outside of B. Now, there only is one player over here ready to defend on B, and even when you look at the remaining players, they're very far away to rotate. So it's either JDC pops off with a massive setup here and a massive delivery on the defense, or NaVi win the round. That is if they commit into B, but they have taken the time. The smoke is solid, actually, from the CTs deployed into the apartments. It's going to buy a lot of time, so the rotate is coming back. They've got enough time to get those 3 players back into the B site, and now suddenly we go from a world where NaVi were almost guaranteed the round to win into a situation where MOUZ might have a shot at pulling this off. If the bomb commits to B. There is still a fallback plan within middle, but we're starting to run low on time.
Yeah, 35 seconds. Electronic has crept out of connector towards A. That might be enough for them to realize there is little presence towards this A side of the map. The bomb will start to come back, and that smoke and molly down means MOUZ will not have any chance to cut off the bomb. So good spread across the map from NaVi to make sure they find the weak spot.
Yeah, it's Electronic. You'll notice just getting the information for himself to call around. Did that on Nuke a lot as well, just forcing the issue, getting himself down low, forcing his fights towards outside. And this round goes off as the information gatherer, making sure he makes the right call of which site to hit towards the end. So NaVi are able to avoid that 3-man stack on the B site towards the end of the round, and that will give them their first round on the board here. Saved over on 2 rifles here for MOUZ. At least they will have that to play with. But for NaVi, 4 players staying up is important here because they don't have a whole lot of money left over in reserve. So this is their opportunity to start building some cash early on the T side of Mirage. 2-1 now as the scoreline reads.
I am intrigued to see the approaches taken by both teams on this map, because in some of the past Mirage games I've seen from MOUZ, they were actually quite commonly putting 2 players on the A site early and leaving mid pretty open. But here at the start of this one, they did go for that mid control. They are definitely willing to throw the mid aggression in occasionally. I'd say more often they would actually stack more heavily towards the bomb sites. And the mid aggression in that round definitely didn't work out for MOUZ. Thing is, NaVi are a team who really focus on the mid control though. You will see them putting this top mid smoke down, a couple of flashes, and a lot of their plays do come off the back of getting mid early. So if MOUZ do want to fight for it, it's not going to be easy. NaVi normally have the nades in place to be able to control mid. In this round, they've kind of just faked that out though. They've put a smoke behind the top mid box on that molly, so they're making MOUZ think there's a bit more presence towards mid. They're hoping that might leave the B site a little vulnerable.
They don't mind slowing this one down, NaVi, not at all. Just letting electronic hang around the top mid boxes, set up with the underpass presence of Bit. Just clearing out the window, confirming connector control. And now that you get electronic up into short, the only real other position he needs to clear out is the ladder room. Now that he's got that control, you can start to signal NaVi to go into this B site and attempt to split. This is going to put pressure on JDC and torzsi, but at least they have Frozen alongside of them to help out, and he is going to hold so well. He deals with a short offensive, so now the 2 bench players rather can focus up into the apartments. A couple of kills coming in for NaVi, but Perfecto needed another, and that's exactly what he'll go and get. But they're now fumbling inside of the site, but they still recover. Simple gets the pick, Dexter goes down, and Bymas has to clutch this one out. Simple barely alive, 1 HP left, Perfecto on 23. This is a very doable round for Bymas. A very winnable clutch. Spots out a bit of Simple, and Simple reacts, turns back, Bymas goes down. The AK will smash his head off, and 2-2, NaVi somehow recover that.
Simple so quick on that shot. I thought he was done for.
I thought he was dead to rights, right? You thought the bench spam or something was coming through, but damn.
Yeah, and this is what I was just saying. MOUZ really quite like to stack the sites heavily rather than going for the contest around mid in a lot of these rounds. You see there, NaVi have the mid control pretty much for free. They can split up towards B easily. It was all about MOUZ having the right read and having the right stack on the B site that made it competitive in the first place. It got them off to that good start. But when you have 3B like that, you feel like you should be able to get some massively favorable trades. NaVi somehow pull it back. And now MOUZ have almost nothing to work with. One of the nice things for NaVi, too, is they threw the top connector smoke in that round, and they have a couple of options off the back of the top con smoke that they throw. Sometimes that can be used to just take away the information and split towards B, but sometimes you will see Bit throw that top connector smoke and actually sneak through it towards stairs, if it is an A split, if his teammates are drawing the attention over to A. So that is something that MOUZ are going to have to be wary of going forwards. For now, though, not much for MOUZ to do in this round.
Yeah, nothing. Apart from die. That's really all they got to do right now. A lot of action going on here in Cologne on the first day of action of the main event. ENCE versus Vitality currently underway. Vitality have taken map number 1 versus ENCE.
They didn't even clear it!
All right,
No.
Simple. He's got a lot of players in front of him. He's going to start lining them up. It is 2 for Simple. Bymas has even killed his own teammate in the chaos, but and will be cleaned up by NaVi. They lose 2 players. Not bad for MOUZ on the way out the door. And yeah, Simple gets everybody just walking by.
No AWP here for MOUZ, even if they do get a gun round going. Simple's just chilling in the corner, hiding in plain sight.
They all just immediately spin. Bymas to drop torzsi, but it was all about waiting for this round to come back from MOUZ. When they get the cash injection back through, the rifles can come on out. We'll see if NaVi are able to deal with a buy round of MOUZ. Or will they finally answer back again here?
This is one of those rounds where MOUZ start with 2 players committed to the A side of the map. They're going to try and go for a bit of information because of that. It does leave mid more exposed though, much more vulnerable. You can see Bit can work up pretty comfortably with no one in connector. torzsi wants to find this angle when Bit didn't expect that peek to come in at that time. So MOUZ have got the free advantage they were looking for. Simple's got it straight back though. That looked like just a dry peek from dexter into mid. A huge risk taken, it doesn't pay off. But yet again, MOUZ have more of their players stacked on this B side of the map. And as it stands, NaVi are leaning towards B, but they're remaining undecided. There is a lot of utility left for NaVi as well.
Oh, no, it's Electronic not seeing the boosted player. He's very lucky to get away with that one. Electronic just dinked up down to 10, and here comes the play for NaVi, trying to send it into the B site. SDY leaps through the window, and a kill from JDC is collected for MOUZ. Frozen still alongside of him. He does take a lot of damage from the fire. And a smoke deploy for NaVi to give themselves a safer corridor to pass down past the truck. Simple. Inside of the apartments was the bomb carrier, and he goes down, and so the bomb is loose. And they have to pick it up and drop into the site. Perfecto did some heavy lifting earlier on some of these B plays, but it is JDC to take every single life needed from short. 4 kills on the hold.
Good work from MOUZ, and for NaVi, they see that boost towards the B side of the map. They knew in that 4v4 that there were 2 CTs towards B, but I think they thought they could pounce quickly enough to have MOUZ not be in comfortable positions because there were 2 CTs committed to short initially. That wasn't the case though. They were able to get a player back to the site. That gives 2 different angles to deal with, and that helps JDC tremendously. They're not only focusing on short, they're also having to consider the site. He can use his power position behind Pillar effectively. And part of me wonders whether we're seeing these B-site reinforcements from MOUZ, because coming into this, you've got JDC as that B anchor. He is a player who I think can sometimes struggle when going up against the top competition. So if you think NaVi are going to try and exploit that, you can maybe stack that B site early and really try and dissuade NaVi from going for those plays in the future.
Quick window of smoke deployed out from NaVi. They're going to send a lot of presence out mid early on. A gap to play with for torzsi. He doesn't want to go wide on it. He's just going to hold position to watch short for the time being.
This is a pretty standard default from NaVi. Remember, Electronic used to be a Palace player. Now he's more with the pack towards mid at the start of a lot of these rounds so that he can make those calls. You have Perfecto now playing Palace, and SDY just sits outside B. And then once NaVi work that early mid control, that's when they can start to open up the options in the round.
Bit started the round at top middle, often will be found in the underpass, which is where he goes back to. Minute 5 seconds left. NaVi trailing the clock a little bit, but eventually will look to put pressure through connector and possibly even the window. But if they go to the window, if they attempt to boost into the window, torzsi was watching it. He now alleviates that position and drops back into CT spawn instead. So Electronic could eventually get through the window and put pressure onto dexter. They are adjusting the defense slightly and sending an extra player over to B, and NaVi in the final 40 seconds starting to lean to finish on this A site.
Smoke put down, dexter ready to hold. He's turned away at the wrong time, and now NaVi can up the pace towards A.
And it's mostly pressure here on Frozen. Bymas can stay behind the ticket box and stay in cover, but Frozen is so committed into the site. He's in front of the smokes, he's in front of everything, and Frozen goes right into the play and makes it work. All the kills coming through here for MOUZ. The follow-up, it's all on Simple. It's one quick kill onto torzsi. Simple would need to pull off the miraculous clutch here to pull this round forward for NaVi. He notices a player trying to pull his attention away, and he goes into the no-scope at middle. Smoke is up, he spots it out, Bymas goes down, and suddenly it's just one more victim needed. Simple gets it done, the human highlight continues, and a 4 rounds picked up for NaVi.
No reaction from Simple either. With that AWP, he has expensive taste, but he's making MOUZ pay right now. Wow, just shot after shot, MOUZ can't coordinate these trades. He even got this initial kill earlier, and then the no-scope as soon as you see that Dinko. You just start feeling it.
You know he's got a real shot at picking this up, and the peaks come through. What can you do if you're MOUZ? You're getting all the kills, and you see, okay, it's just Simple. It's just one more player, and then he gives you that.
It's such a backbreaker for MOUZ too, because I think they've been playing well at the start of this CT side. I'm liking what they're doing with these site stacks. NaVi are often committing to these rounds early and running into these stacks, but there it doesn't even matter. And now they only have pistols, so NaVi can get a comfortable round win and help build up some of that bank. It is the worst feeling when you feel like you should have won that last round, and now instead you're stuck with these weapons. You're sat there thinking about what could have been.
Yeah, you're just kind of having to lull it over in the back of your head. Like I am right now. It's just kind of replaying it in my mind. torzsi and Bymas left alone, biding their time before a 5th round is added to the tally for NaVi. They cross into the site. Bomb in the back of Perfecto. Digits to be punched in. Bomb plant to be secured. And with that, the round will tick on by. It is really just an absolute luxury watching Simple on the server, because you're going to get one of those plays, it feels like, pretty much every series.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, actually, in the last time we casted Simple at Cologne, it was against Renegades, and he had that ace where it just kind of looked like he was playing on easy mode, to be honest.
Yeah, there's the one on Dust too, right, where he's just running up out the mid doors, but yeah, you're going to get Simple turning up in Cologne. Hopefully you're not attempting any knife kills against Nitro this one.
Yeah, it's also just something I think we all need to appreciate, because Simple has said there might be a time where he has to take a break soon. So every Simple game I get to see now, I'm just absolutely making the most of.
12-4 right now, Simple. But Bai will come back in here for MOUZ. So they will have the AWP once again out for torzsi, rifles around it.
He hasn't really had the ult that much
so far. No, he
far.
hasn't. He really hasn't. And we'll see how much impact he can deliver with it. He'll need to step up because Simple's on one right now. And he's just so confident. Look at this. Just running out mid. Oh, torzsi, deal with that. Simple just accelerates through middle. And torzsi taken out, wondering how the hell is he even there?
Ollie from Bit will go into the under palace position. Electronics starting to sneak up connector. Knife out right now. Might try and go through this smoke. If there was a distraction over on A, that's what's happened. He will get flashed in. And Simple was also still finding frags. Perfecto just stomps down onto Bymas. NaVi is starting to take over now.
Simple at least knocked out with the nade thrown by Frozen, but not even close, really, at the beginning of this round. Simple just charges up through mid, through short, had confidence in his ability to just take that fight right away through the connector and lands it onto torzsi. You wanted to see impact from his AWP. Well, we get to see maybe 5 seconds of it on the server. NaVi 6 rounds now on the T side, and it is starting to turn into, well, a punishment beating on the side of NaVi and MOUZ.
It has been NaVi going for more of these A plays in recent rounds. To start with, there are a couple of B-sided plays taken from them. I think in general, NaVi are more comfortable on some of these A splits, at least in the games I've seen. They're happy to use the mid position, get players into connector, get players into window, pressure that A site. Poor torzsi didn't realize it was even possible for Simple to be that quick. Perfecto just pushing in. Every single kill goes the way of NaVi. And that's one of those frustrating rounds that MOUZ are just going to have to sit there and say, okay, we weren't ready for the first fight, and then it just spiraled from there, and we just lost every single other duel. Sometimes that's just going to happen to you against NaVi. You've just got to be prepared for it, and you've just got to try and bounce back in the future.
Maybe a little bit of praying as well could go a long way. Just do anything you got. Maybe go see Father Saranthus and hope you can come back into this one. But we have got ourselves a 6-3 scoreline reading for NaVi. Saved rifle for Frozen. That really will be the only talking point for MOUZ at the beginning of this round. We'll see if they can muster some magic from it. Frozen will go alongside JDC.
Couple of CTs on short. So they are sticking around mid. torzsi was jiggle peeking. He now spots the information. Move into connector is coming through. Oh, that flash was dodged well by SDY. The boost comes in though. Frozen's rifle has the impact necessary, and they're trapped in connector on the NaVi side.
Well, electronic. The swing will come out. Oh, he's getting tapped at range from Bymas. He's going to throw utility, and he knows if he goes too wide, he would have to be exposed to shorts. We'd love SDY to try and help him, and electronic goes around the corner. SDY goes down to Frozen too, and the rifle that was saved over for MOUZ is turning this into the round win for MOUZ. Perfecto would need to clutch it. Another clutch would need to go NaVi's way. Bymas will play under the wood.
I think that's the one player he might not be fully aware
Oh,
of.
he swings now.
Well, he is now.
He's got some utility here as well. Perfecto. Peak is coming out, 60 HP, and there we go. JDC over the top. MOUZ needed a round like that. They really did. And Frozen delivers the crucial kills to get it.
I really like that round from MOUZ too. torzsi jiggle peeks connector, and then Frozen gets boosted up at the right time. I'm not sure if NaVi had enough utility in this round, used effectively, to really make this an issue. When you are going for the mid plays like that, you would rather have that smoke on short. Frozen was boosted up anyway, but it might have made it more difficult for him to get that position. He might have felt more uncomfortable. Either way, NaVi still with enough money for a buy in this one, at least. Ali B aggression. Oh, Simple eventually realizes torzsi's right in his crosshair. 15 kills confirmed.
Another opening for Simple. MOUZ are going to play the rest of the round, a player down. It's never easy to turn these consistently. More often than not, when you're down in the 5v4, you are going to lose the round.
Taking back mid.
They are attempting to do so. Electronic gets behind the top mid boxes. He's down to 2 HP. The utility really trying to force him out of this. Electronic's going to maintain his position for the time being.
That was MOUZ's main option in the round, though. They used a fair bit of utility to try and make that work, to try and get back into the round. And now the A-split looks most likely. Mid players might take the attention first, and then the Palace players could look to pounce behind it. Dexter is going to be flashed into mid, but Simple's ready, and now Bymas is so screwed.
Yeah, he really is. He's looking towards Palace, and even the first fight, that was the most favorable fight for him, and it doesn't even go his way. Perfecto gets rid of him, knocks him down. NaVi commit to the plant, and 2 players from MOUZ left, saving over on the B site. Immediately, the Hounds of Hell are looking for them. Bit's gone in for a bite. Couldn't quite get Frozen on the initial fight, but Simple now going forward. Couple of shots whizzing past the AWP of JDC.
I wouldn't mind seeing some mid-aggression in one of these rounds from MOUZ.
Okay.
I think just getting Frozen more involved could be important right now. He's been playing on B short, and in the rounds where MOUZ can't compete for the mid control, he's not always able to have the impact he would want. Nice shot from JDC, but they're going to keep on pushing him.
Yeah, they're going to keep sending body after body to try and get rid of him. But JDC tucked in the corner, just needs to hold on for just a second longer, and he will get the AWP into the next one. Brings down SDY on the way out too. So at least that one saving grace is kept over, but this is that opening from Simple. Fire reveals his opponent on the other side, and he is quick to react to it with the AK in mid spots Dexter's attempted peek out mid. Simple then holds for Frozen's overextension, and a couple of kills go his way in the round. So 7 now for NaVi on the T side. MOUZ has still got a buy here, but at this point you've got to start getting rounds, and that mid aggression is not going to be coming through.
Yeah, they're sticking with their standard setup, at least at the start of the round.
It's a nice AWP. Is that the new one?
Oh, I like the combos too. It is just so crazy that Simple is so good on the T side as an AWPer.
Yeah.
Most AWPers struggle so much, and he's 17 for 7. I think it was 160 ADR.
Yeah, really having a great time, and obviously I think his clutch as well. Not only was it beautiful to watch, but it was also kind of the turning point of, as soon as he did that, the opportunity for MOUZ to start building in this first half really started to crumble.
I like this setup from MOUZ.
This shot.
I don't like that though.
Yeah, he's not having the best game here, towards even when he has the AWP in hand.
Now this is scary because you know Bits snuck out to this left side. Smoke has to go down. They have to concede connector. That was a great chance to get an opener, to feel a bit more comfortable in one of these rounds. Not made the most of though, but there is still only 42 seconds remaining. Look at all the utility NaVi still have.
Yeah, it looks like they want to go back and finish with an A execute as well. So you have one player in Palace of Perfecto. Simple's actually going to join him. They're all going to join him? Okay, it's a party in Palace apparently. 25 seconds. It's going to be a pop out into the A side. This could get messy though, because if you don't use utility, well, you've got 3 players over here right now for MOUZ. Not a lot of time for NaVi to be meticulous about this one. They just have to be effective. And they're going to drop on down. It's Bymas for the first, and they're slowing this one down. Luckily, Simple to the headshot of Dexter, but torzsi's still here. Needs to deliver some impact and will stop Simple. JDC with a kill out the mid window, and the kills are drawn back. They will have to concede the plant and therefore play the retake, but they still have the player to the good. SDY can pull that back. The jungle swing is good for JDC though, and it's all in electronic, and he's going around the big flank. The big flank, and he's got a lot to do from it. They're going to take their time. Luckily, they are taking their time because that gives Electronic crucial seconds to play with. And now they start to consider, well, we haven't seen him, so surely he has to be within that spot. They don't have a smoke, so they can't smoke it out. And a smart reposition to get up on top and drop on down. Electronic close to it. The shot nearly lands on JDC, but his hard work and his impact will be felt as JDC gets his 5th round as a reward.
JDC having a solid game of his own. It is those B players from MOUZ that are delivering right now. Looked pretty decent for NaVi on the
so
initial
good for
approach.
Electronic, even in the clutch as well.
Yeah. These were the kills that went against them. This is a play that NaVi runs sometimes. They go for that one flash and the push through Palace with multiple players. They don't mind going for those contact plays just with a single flash to work with out from Electronic. And then oftentimes Bit can get a lot done on that mid lurk. But the fact that they flush him out, I think, is so important in that round. If Bit was alive in mid still, he could have been the player to play that bomb. He could have been the player to help. They got him out of there. Electronic can't quite win the clutch this time. And look at NaVi's buy. They've actually been bruised slightly off the back of that.
Sometimes the most deadly animal is one that is wounded. Dexter is pushed through in towards Palace. He's very close. Perfecto. Gun was at the ready. SDY sent forward. And they eventually do get the life of Dexter. An attempted fight to shore it with a Tech 9 from Electronic. It will force the CT further back, but no kill to be found for Electronic. If he had found that, it would have put NaVi into a very good position early in this round. But a lot of map control being taken. Electronic getting up into the ladder room already. Starts to lean towards this B site for NaVi.
Looks like a pretty decent call for them. The smoke is well timed. And there is a rotate in from JDC. So 2 rifles on the site. NaVi might just go through this smoke though. Utility is being used. They missed the flash over the top though.
Yeah, I think actually blinded some of the NaVi players. Bit comes through. The AK is good for the headshot on JDC. Frozen's on 1 HP and will get domed with a bit of overkill on the Deagle to the headshot. SDY to create the advantage for NaVi and Simple to extend it. It is just Bymas left, and he realizes walking back into the den on B is almost a death sentence, so he will save his rifle. Simple doesn't seem to like that idea. He's going a little bit deeper out the market. He wants his 20th kill, but maybe it'll just have to come in a later round because Bymas looks like he's going to be given at least a little bit of mercy for the time being. SDY starting to get closer and closer. He would have to go through the murder hole, and that really would be a death sentence, and Bymas should be able to find that pick and even spot Simple. Will bring down Simple. AWP should be picked up by Bit, and Bit will get the AWP into the next. And at least Bymas will save his rifle, but not a lot around it here on MOUZ.
So glad we're getting this strong start from Simple to the tournament. No slow start from him. If he keeps this up, then NaVi will definitely be a contender. Another tactical timeout taken by MOUZ. They realized they could do with 1 or 2 more rounds here at the end of the half. Doesn't look too likely in this one, though, with just the saved rifle for Bymas. And we were talking yesterday, Dinko, about us wanting Tyloo to get revenge for us against Frozen in the Wingmans, who owned us when we played a Wingman matchmaking game. For some reason, Frozen was playing. He destroyed us. I think we've recruited NaVi. We've leveled it up. I think NaVi are going to get revenge for us here. It's looking good for him.
Yeah, seems good. Personal vendetta, I think, considered done. But yeah, with the NaVi side, I mean, it's a good. I think it's a good opponent to face right on your opening day, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a huge contender team, but it's also a team that are solid with the MOUZ side. So you get a nice warm up on your opening game of the tournament. First half on Nuke was somewhat competitive, but from the second half onwards, it really has been NaVi throughout this series. Over on the other stream, see how that one's going at the moment. We've got Ents versus Vitality. Vitality took map number 1. 11-4 half on map 2 for Ents, though. That one looks like it might be going the distance of all 3. NaVi in this round looking to keep it clean, head into the A side. They're actually going to smoke, execute this. And there is only one player within the site, and that is Dexter, who really should be executed too.
Yeah, now they know where he is. Ooh, there's a good shot from Dexter. They aren't able to trade straight away. The rotate will begin, but Dexter would need to do more on the hold. Smokes are now coming in to cut off that rotate too, so Dexter's still alone right now.
Oh, long-winded, but finally the spray will remove Dexter from default. His teammates have arrived, as you said, on that rotation, but they are held back by utility for the time being. It's going to be very difficult for MOUZ to get much more out of this, especially with the weapons they've got in hand. Electronic goes in towards stairs, takes out JDC. Bit will follow up with a Galil. At least one from the rifle of Bymas, but short work for Simple. As he will follow up and avenge his fallen teammate. 9 rounds for NaVi, looking to push to double figures to close this half, whereas MOUZ want the best case scenario of 6 rounds picked up on the CT side. Now, as much as this has been a very strong half for NaVi, 6 rounds, not too bad, right? You can work with that going into the second half.
Yeah, they could definitely do with getting at least 1 more round. Whatever happens, NaVi are going to be the much happier team at the half. But they could still keep it close enough if they could go on a run in that second half. Full rifles, full silenced M4s for MOUZ, and a missed smoke, which torzsi will punish. Yeah,
missed window smoke for NaVi out of spawn. And MOUZ are going to take every chance they get to get an opening kill. This is the best case scenario now. You're up in a 5v4 right away. You haven't let Electronic get into the window room, the ladder room, and that has been so pivotal in the success for NaVi getting out into this B site, drawing the attention away of the short player, and isolating the fight on the one player within the B site. Now that isn't really a factor. NaVi have to try and look for it elsewhere, so they're going to cancel out the B attempt for the time being and go back into the underpass instead.
MOUZ are just so happy to stack the sites in the mid rounds.
Yeah.
So often they leave mid very open. This time they've got 3 on A, 2 on B. The rotations would be very long, so the site holds have to be solid when you play like this.
I think with the setup they've got in ramp right now in Tetris, if NaVi come up through connector, it's actually going to be quite a difficult fight for NaVi. You're going to have to focus in towards ramp and Tetris, and you still have that second player of torzsi that can be used up in towards ticket. So it could get a bit messy here for NaVi. 35 seconds left on the clock. Bit sees the head of Dexter. Now they're alerted to the fact that NaVi do want to finish on this A site, and they've decided we'll take jungle. We'll post Simple up inside of that for a moment. We'll then place the rifle there, but you still got to deal with ramp. You still have to deal with this side of the map, and that's going to really prevent you planting. Dexter gets the double kill. Deals a bit, and Perfecto, finally Simple, will arrive to the shot, but he's under so much pressure, and torzsi will sprinkle him with bullets. NaVi's attack into the site, foiled by the setup at Tetris and the ramp. It will be a 6th round closed at the half for MOUZ. A strong showing with plenty of highlights. More action to come in the second half. Well, NaVi have the Simple show in the first half, 21-10 as he enters the second half of play. NaVi will lead 9-6. MOUZ able to squeeze one out right at the end of the first half to have a real shot at staying in this one. Got to see a pistol be picked up for MOUZ and an opportunity to try and tie things up from that point onwards.
Good amount of utility for MOUZ. They won't use it initially on mid though, so opportunities for the USPs to struggle, but eventually Electronic finds one. The Glocks are actually winning out the long-range fights, but finally Perfecto brings one back. That means they realize the B site's open though. If Perfecto's not anchoring B, it's probably clear, and Bymas will get that advanced position so his teammates can come and help. This fight is important. Perfecto needs this, and he's got it. Now this round is on.
Oh, he spots out Dexter as well. Sees him sticking around in the apartments. Eventually, Dexter will have torzsi to help him. They can try and converge and fight together on Perfecto, and they are trying to do that, but this is a very awkward engagement for both sides of things. But torzsi will go down, and Dexter is on 1 HP. He's in a real tough spot, stuck in the apartments. As soon as he tries to leave, Surely at least one bullet from either Perfecto or SDY is going to land. Winning this round almost feels impossible for Dexter. They've now moved together towards short. Dexter exposed, SDY will close it. NaVi have the pistol round, and they now reach double figures, 10-6. No bomb plant for MOUZ either, so they won't get that solid force buy in the second round either.
Nice impact from Perfecto. This was the fight. If Bymas could have locked Perfecto out of B, even if he just extends the engagement and helps his teammates get out towards the site, it could be big. He doesn't necessarily need the kill. But unfortunately, going down means that Perfecto can get back towards the site in time, and you saw what a difference that made as he slowed it down. Decent damage done there, but the full eco should be mopped up pretty quickly. Even the MP9 at range working out for Perfecto. 11-6 lead. MOUZ could really do with a confident gun round win here because NaVi have just fully taken over at this point. And like you said, just that simple moment, it felt like that was the game changer, really.
That was the vacuum that sucked any life out of MOUZ, right? Just left their body lifeless. I was a bit more graphic with that one, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice.
Sorry about that, guys. Bymas inside of Palace. Simple's gone aggressive. MP9 looking to get into a close range fight and close down the space, but Bymas should really be favored in this engagement if Simple goes into his crosshair, and that's what will happen. Bymas takes his life away. Simple out of that. That's a good start from MOUZ at least. Getting that first kill, locking Simple out.
Gives MOUZ the man advantage to work with, and the rotate away from B leaves Perfecto alone. The upside is he has utility, which he will try to use to stall this out. And NaVi are actually pushing ramp themselves right now, so they're going to get some information that A looks clear, but that's not going to help Perfecto much because he's still alone.
Yeah, well, Perfecto, intelligent player, in fact, a genius, some might call him, but he's caught even...
As soon as you said he's a genius, you screwed him, Dinko.
I did.
Come on.
I did. I was trying to build, you know, maybe he can use his positioning to get himself in a good spot, and yeah, his big brain actually just poked around the corner, and that was too much.
Unlucky. Well, NaVi still have a good bit of money. They left this as a bonus. Took a risk with the Palace push, took a risk with the A rotate. Neither of them work. Not the biggest issue for NaVi, but at least nice for MOUZ, especially considering they should keep all their players alive. Gives them a bit of breathing room with their economy, at least.
Yeah, Simple has money though, so AWP is going to come on out in the next round. So that is something to keep an eye on.
You don't know what he's going to buy, Dinko.
What?
You don't know what he's going to buy. He could buy an M249.
Yeah, all right. All right, Hawker. What have you been eating today? What's in that fruit? AWP though, it's out, so I was right. There you go, Hawker. You tried.
I mean, it was most likely he was going to buy the AWP.
Yeah.
It was almost 100%, but you never know. He might press the wrong button. Might press auto buy accidentally.
All right, now we're just getting, you know, we sound like conspiracy theorists at this point. Get the tinfoil hats on, but smokes out in towards mid. No one's going to be playing with him for MOUZ yet. Dexter will be the only player going in middle, but instead it's B, and Simple is over here with the AWP already. It's one already picked up on the JDC. The amount of information you're picking up just with the amount of utility coming in should get you at the ready, but there's so many players here for NaVi. It's going to be so difficult to penetrate this defense. Even if you deal with Simple, there's still Perfecto. And Perfecto's rifle is going to be good enough alongside Simple to shut down this attack for MOUZ. It was a quick call. It was heavy towards the B site, but NaVi had the perfect setup to deal with it.
You saw Simple using that tight angle more for information and to be ready for that first fight. So composed in those scenarios. How wild is it that Simple... I'm pretty sure it is confirmed that he unboxed the first one of the new AWP, right?
I'm not sure
He
about
definitely opened it in a case. I know that for sure. And I'm pretty sure he opened the first one of the new AWPs.
That's pretty cool. That's destined then.
I know,
Destined
right?
It is. That's really cool. You know what's not cool? Dexter's about to die.
Rip.
There we go.
Wow, your predictions are so on point today.
You know, it's almost like you go with the likelihood, the most likely scenario, it most of the time pays off. Unless you're predicting at the major, because then that just never works.
What do you mean? I got a diamond coin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Phase 1.
You had 4s going 3-0 now. So.
I did. That didn't happen.
Well, it was a good,
close.
solid hold from Simple, obviously initially going to the right side of the map and then had 2 rifles within the B site. So it was very difficult for MOUZ to get through that. Buy back again here for MOUZ. If they lose this one, if they fail to pick this up, we're starting to get into the territory where it feels out of control. Frozen's going to try and force the issue up through connector. He's got some ground. He actually plays through the smoke, and torzsi with a kill out of the ramp. Electronic! Oh, not clean, but will recover it. A missed shot from Simple, but the flick up is disgusting onto Bymas. It's a lovely shot from Simple. He'll fall back away. The round will hit it low, and it'll slow down a little bit. A moment to catch our breaths as MOUZ start to figure out, how do we get back into this? Is there an opening? Is there a gap we can find?
Nice line up from Dexter. Smokes off short. And this is one of the rare occasions where Simple has not got the right read. His ult has rotated over to B. Electronic is just sitting passively on A though, and Simple is going to stay so active that he might still have impact. In fact, the bomb is just now getting into connector. The smoke has already faded though. We're relying on JDC, but Electronic is sitting in CT, so he can watch this angle. Oh, they think JDC's got it. Oh, well, he does.
He does indeed. Lovely headshot. Simple's held behind fire for the time being, so can't go for the wide fight into connector. And Perfecto, just before the smoke pops, torzsi seen enough, and that is Perfecto out of there. It is now Simple left alone. 1 versus 3. We've seen a clutch so far today. It would be incredible if another one were to happen, but he's not close to the site. He's not really in the middle of the action, and he doesn't have a kit on his back. So he's going to drop away, save this AWP. And it's a round picked up for MOUZ. Good to see them actually staying competitive here. This is an important round to find. You know, if you drop this, 13 rounds for NaVi, money starting to break away again. Likely 14. Very important round there for MOUZ.
Yeah, I like the call in this round too. I think oftentimes if you want to have Frozen playing really aggressively like that, it's a good idea to have some presence being put elsewhere on the map. And especially here on Mirage, if you put a bit of pressure on that A site, you get a couple of early trade kills, maybe just a 1-for-1, there is a much better chance that Frozen is going to be able to catch players out. You can see torzsi just going for that contact play. Frozen was hoping he could sneak in. Didn't happen for him, but it meant that torzsi could extend further. It got them some good information, turned it into a 3v3. That's torzsi with the rifle, having some great impact in that one. And they're hoping this A site is the weakness. This is where SDY is playing. Simple said he is very happy with SDY on the team. But it is the most recent addition, well, not addition, stand-in for NaVi right now. See if he can lock it down.
I mean, if you win Cologne, if you have a good performance in Cologne at least, you know, who knows? Should be the addition. MOUZ trying to force their way out through the ramp into the A site.
Frozen's lurking B.
He is. It's not really being too active about it, though. Nor is anybody on MOUZ. The bomb is starting to come back through T-spawn, but with how quiet everything has gone, you once again consider it could possibly be B here for MOUZ. So Perfecto is hungry for that information. He's going to post up in a position where they run over the top of him. The D should at least be able to deliver one. This is a strange one here for MOUZ. You've got 1 smoke left. It's going to be tough.
NaVi aren't even budging away from A.
Here's that 1 smoke coming in.
Okay, so this is maybe a fake towards this A site. And, well, 2 entries mean it doesn't have to be a fake anymore if they don't want it to be.
The bomb. Oh my god, they've just left that that B site, so the bomb's actually going to catch the opening, and Frozen's going to watch that player rotate away and call that the bomb can come back into the B site. So, yeah, it didn't look great for MOUZ, but right up at the end, it's just everything goes perfectly. You know, you get those 2 entries upon the A peak. As you were saying, it looked like it was just meant to be a fake, and because they find those 2 kills, you're forced to rotate the extra player away from B.
Might think it's A still.
He hasn't got a kit or utility.
Yeah, I think he's trying to save. I don't think he was trying to go for it.
Yeah, he's going to hear it now with the beeping. But yeah, it's such a successful round there for MOUZ when it really looked like just one detail goes wrong there, goes NaVi's way.
Yeah, just some really important entry fights going down.
What player do you reckon that is in the wall behind Perfecto?
I can see like his arm.
Yeah.
And his elbow.
And a sponsor, come on, who has that
I'm sure
sponsor?
there's someone out there who studied all the pro player elbows, but it's not me.
It's definitely not
At least
Blame
not on
F.
my main
It's
account.
definitely not Blame F.
No, that's true. There's some players we can rule out. Yeah, just a good flash. They had a couple of flashes left. Out onto the site, Bymas in from Palace. Someone that we were talking about. We wanted to see him continue to deliver. He comes through with a triple kill. Now Perfecto is the only one with a rifle.
It's a quick hit from MOUZ out mid. Dexter is the player charging this way. Perfecto, oh, not clean at all in the initial fight. A rifle not getting a lot done, and SDY was never in a comfortable spot. He didn't have a lot of time to position himself and ready himself for the fight, so he gets taken out very quickly. MOUZ now looking good for 10. Shouldn't be too much of an issue ahead of this.
Yeah, they're keeping this one competitive. And a lot of MOUZ's success on Mirage, on their T side, I find can either come from when torzsi is able to get opening picks or when Dexter is able to just get one of these early kills sometimes. If he is going to be going for an execute and a full site play early, if he can be the first man in and just get one or maybe even 2 opening kills, it can make MOUZ so effective. Not always easy to do though. There's a couple more kills from Frozen.
This game ain't over. Nowhere's the round. Simple's going to buy a few extra seconds with a deke. He'll go back into the window and gets taken out. But yeah, I mean, this game isn't over at all. You know, it's actually quieting down considerably here for NaVi in the second half. They haven't been able to get the same level of impact. Haven't been able to be as clinical across the board. This is great for MOUZ. A real opportunity to try and stay in this one. If they win this next round, it's well and truly on.
Good time for a timeout here on the NaVi side. I was about to say, this feels like the sort of scenario where you would call for the pause.
Yeah. You're still in a good position, but if you lose this round, that can quickly change, right? So if you could fix any of the issues ahead of this round and prevent MOUZ from picking this round up, it could be back to smooth sailing for NaVi very quickly. But this is the opportunity MOUZ need to pick up. They need to snatch this one.
That first half was very heavily reliant on Simple. Might be nice for some of the other players.
Everyone else be pretty quiet, haven't they? Especially Bit. He's in 15 right now.
We'll see if that can change as NaVi took things through ahead of this round. Simple will be orbing out on that A side of the map. torzsi being boosted early. MOUZ also putting some pressure on that B side of the map. Just a couple of pieces of utility. And oh wow, Bit is ready for the boost. That's a beautiful shot.
Well, he topples that tower very quickly. Just the foundations left. Call for Bit to find a bit of impact. There it is already. Where does the bomb go here for MOUZ? Yeah, 2 players towards B. Bomb is going back over towards A currently, and I'd assume the MOUZ players will join them shortly. Within the A site, we have got SDY playing underneath the wood. His teammate of Electronic is the closest player of NaVi, and currently, if smokes were to drop in, he would be behind them. But there is only 1 smoke available for MOUZ right now, so they're going to likely try and slink their way out through the A site without making any noise. They want to try and play this contact, which could catch SDY sleeping.
Yeah, they are pretty comfortable going for contact plays, and there's a rotate into CT right now. I thought Electronic might go wide.
I've seen this.
Oh, double mollies onto the site. SDY has to smoke it. MOUZ aren't getting out of this choke point, though.
Yeah, and just putting that smoke down is going to buy time for SDY too, right? He just needs to stay alive, and Electronic moves forward out of CT, actually into the site, and SDY uses the smoke as cover. Should have taken at least a kill there, but it's awkward, and it goes the way of MOUZ in those fights. They can now commit to the plant. They will get the bomb down. Frozen's got 2 kills in this round, but that's all he will find, and so it is dexter that needs to win out the clutch. Simple and Perfecto on the other side as dexter takes to the AWP. Perfecto slipped on by, close to triple. Oh, nice peek on Simple, but Perfecto swings to get the instantaneous trade, and it will be NaVi to take 13 rounds. Dexter looked like he had a real shot that, but Perfecto quick to get the kill.
Yeah, even though Simple goes down, I think it was a smart play, just holding the left side of that box. Yeah. He knew Perfecto had snuck up, so if the peek would come on that other side, Perfecto was going to be in position to trade. Dexter would have had to have been incredibly exposed. And this was that awkward moment in Underpass that made the round scary for a second. Oh, sorry, Under Palace from SDY. But it is a NaVi round win. They don't seem too happy with it, though. They are going to go ahead and take another one of those timeouts.
You can only believe that's because of the economy, right? There's not a lot of cash to go around. They did lose a lot of players here.
With SDY having an MP9, this could maybe be a round where Simple plays on that A site alongside him with the AWP. We've seen Simple be very active though. That's what he likes to do on the CT sides in general. It's always nice when you can switch up your position. You want to make sure you have the best chance to have impact across the map, especially when you're having a game like this. It's actually going to be the mid-aggression from NaVi instead. Couple of players stacked there early. Electronic will get into connector. NaVi will fall back onto a 3B stack right now. NaVi have done this a fair few times. They seem pretty comfortable that it's not going to be a fast A play in the majority of these rounds. And they've been right with their reads so far. It looks like MOUZ might go for the delayed mid play. They're still sitting back. They're still waiting. Eventually, they will move forward, and it's got this double stack here on the NaVi side, ready to try and shut this down.
Well, Electronic has tried to be set up with the flash, but Dexter's going to come in and clear out mid very quickly. 2 kills from Dexter. Perfecto at least getting 1 back, but you would expect from the firepower collectively between Electronic and Bit, at least 1 kill would have come out from the duo, but they don't find anything. And it's clean from MOUZ, in fact. They have only lost a single player. So now if you try to leap through the A side, it's just an MP9 waiting for you on the other side of this smoke. It's no longer even on the other side of the smoke. It's in the smoke, and it's faded away. And he is gone. Simple. AWP's on B. The rest of MOUZ on A. Save call for Simple. He hasn't really got involved in these last few rounds either. Simple's cooled down a bit. He's been on 28 kills for a good while now.
MOUZ just throwing a surprise party for SDY in connector there. I don't think SDY liked the surprise though. They were just all around him. As soon as the smoke faded, as soon as the light turned on, he realized how many players were alongside him in connector. Well, this is starting to get a little scary, and Dexter has had a couple of decently impactful rounds here. The double entry in this one, I think that is when MOUZ are at their best. They can sometimes get stalled out if they don't get those early kills in these rounds.
Yeah.
But when they are getting the early frags, you can just see they're much more confident in the way they want to stick together.
And they were winning a lot of the opening fights on their T side over on Nuke as well, right? They were dominating a lot of the opening engagements. Nice adjustment there from Dexter to take down both players in mid. For NaVi as well, you have to remember they've taken 2 timeouts in the last few rounds, so you kind of exhausted a lot of what is available to you, and there wasn't an answer found there at all. It's starting to get very worrying now for NaVi. MOUZ starting to have a bit of a pep in their step, in particular Dexter.
Dexter getting this much ground towards A. You would think the bomb might come back at some point. It's actually still committing to B, though.
It's committing into the stack. Now, the weapons here are still pretty bad. Perfecto doesn't have the weapon for the range, and JDC will clear out the site. Simple goes down as well, and JDC having a field day for the time being. Finally, Dexter gets something from his A flank, and everything will go down. Everybody stays up for MOUZ. 12 rounds now picked up for MOUZ. One away from tying things up.
Bye for NaVi. Simple can still get that AWP, but we need to see them stepping up right now. JDC did a pretty good job at clearing all these positions. Simple's AWP was even on that site, but he got up so close so soon that Simple wasn't able to have the impact. Bye back for NaVi. Again, they're going for this early mid aggression with 3 players, making sure they have a couple of players stacked. And there's no top mid smoke from MOUZ this time. Just a default spread across the map. The shame for NaVi in this round is, ideally here, you feel like you're in a good position because MOUZ haven't done much and you would want to be holding on to your utility. But NaVi's money wasn't perfect going into this round. So they actually don't have as many nades left as you might expect, considering how quiet this round has started. A couple of players in palace here for MOUZ. They're going to make a bit of noise towards mid. Maybe try and draw the focus away from this A play. SDY could be isolated briefly. Flash in. He ducks down and now he'll call for assistance, but torzsi was waiting for that rotate and he's got a second.
Oh,
make it a third!
Okay, he's having a field day now. 3 kills just going left, right, and center. All his victims scattered across the same side, and Perfecto a bit left into a 2v4. It's a lovely save call having to be made here. NaVi suffering a round loss that'll equalize the scoreline. They haven't found the answers at all in these last few rounds. I don't know if Frozen is feeling too nice today. He might try and take some of these rifles and AWP away, and that might just end in misery for NaVi if they lose these guns. Perfecto realizes how important this AWP is, but once again, I have to point it out. As much as we praise Simple in the first half, he's missing at the moment. 28 kills, still on it. Yet to find impact across many a gun round here.
And that was a round that looked more similar to some of the T-side rounds on Nuke from MOUZ. Oh, bit careful, jumps across, he's safe. But yeah, that was a round that looks more similar where torzsi just scopes in on this angle, waits for the rotate. He knew that there was some noise made towards A, so he knew that there was a good chance NaVi would want to assist. And then he lands that second shot onto the site that's so important. At that point, NaVi are on the back foot. Couple of save guns. Simple still has a chance to have impact in this one. Nade early actually does huge damage onto Frozen, who's down to 43. But MOUZ still have a much better buy in this one. Could be some fast pressure to beat.
Yeah, just not really a position to get impact there, but he goes down. Perfecto's out of there. It's just clean for MOUZ. They've just kicked into another gear at this point. NaVi are just not competing. It's 14. MOUZ now in the lead. Simple looking to save the AWP.
Really impressive from MOUZ to keep their composure.
Yeah, it's
in
incredible.
This scenario. I thought that once NaVi started to take over, they wouldn't be able to find the answers. But it's been their T side that's been so effective for them. SDY gets one on the exit. Looking to work around this smoke. He would love to get that gun.
Oh, Simple at least saves it up. He will have that to play with in the next round, but we do need to see impact from it. That's his first kill in a very long time. It's not even too impactful either, at least saves the AWP, so hopefully it will be impactful going into this round. He is now searching for 30, but there's the rifle for Bit, didn't do anything. JDC coming in to clear out the rest. MOUZ now into the lead. Another timeout, the last time Blade will be able to have a say on Mirage. NaVi taking their final timeout. ahead of this next round. Simple will have the AWP, the rifles will be available, and they will have plenty of utility. If they lose this, MOUZ likely will send us to Inferno.
I would love to see NaVi just hold on to a lot of their utility in this round. MOUZ have been running quite a few slower plays, and they've also been running pretty simple plays. MOUZ are often going to just use limited utility to get into good positions. That's what they normally like to do. Frozen's going to go for the AWP pick with the spawn. Almost had that opportunity, but fires wide. No opening pick this time. NaVi have used a fair bit of utility early, but it has helped them towards mid. Bit has been able to stick around in towards connector. You can see he's been jiggle peeking while Simple looks in underpass. So that is one spot on the map that NaVi don't have to worry about right now. The only weakness in this setup is this B site currently for NaVi. Perfecto is very alone, and the rotate would take a long, long time. And it looks like MOUZ are going to hit the one weak point.
Oh, the weak point is that of Perfecto. Will he be able to hold? The first shots are not accurate, and so he wastes a lot of ammo in doing so and ends up getting traded by Frozen almost immediately. NaVi hitting the panic stations, now trying to get back over to B, but MOUZ have already found their way through to the B site. They're going to deploy the utility to make things uncomfortable, and that molly, that's going to force Bit forward and sever him off from his teammates. torzsi has the position to watch for Simple, and this is going to be very difficult. If Simple has to go forward into that AWP scope, he is likely to go down. Frozen with the first. Simple will fall to torzsi's AWP, and now NaVi's chances of competing in this round are starting to shrink. They have to be quick at getting back in. They have to get a kill quickly. Electronic goes down, and SDY is not in the site. He is not in a position to fight for this, and it has to be the save call. 8 HP left. What a comeback. What a resurgence. And what a T-side for MOUZ so far. 15 rounds, map point. Inferno is 1 round away for MOUZ.
And I don't mind the switch up from NaVi, but credit to MOUZ for finding the right answer. In a lot of these rounds, they've been able to find the weak points. They've been able to find the right site to hit. And NaVi have gone for a double AWP setup now. They're trying to find any way they can win a round, because this second half has not been going to plan for them.
Not at all. There we go, MOUZ. Double AWP setup being pulled out for NaVi. It's been a very, very quiet game for Bit. 10 and 20 currently. Simple will at least look for his 30th kill, and he will not get it in this round. He might not get it on Mirage. Dexter takes him down. Simple feels the need to make the aggressive maneuver to try and open things up for NaVi, and it hasn't gone his way. Is it SDY's turn to play aggressive through the Palace? He will likely fall to Bymas, and that is exactly what will happen. The first 2 kills for MOUZ offered up just for free, really, on the NaVi side of things.
This is looking great for MOUZ to win this map right here. Electronic has repositioned over towards Palace. He realizes he's alone entirely on A right now. Smoke down from Bit. He could try and work off the back of it. That is something that MOUZ have to consider. And MOUZ, with this advantage, decide to hit the brakes. They want to make sure they are all together. They want to make sure the spacing is just right, because as long as they trade efficiently, they should be able to take this right here and take us to a third.
And they know it. They know they are just a moment away from taking Mirage.
They are leaving A.
And they are starting to come back. Starting to try and get back and assist. Electronic will hold off Bymas from Palace. But the rest of the squad, the rest of MOUZ coming up through connector, looking to plant on the triple box. Missed shot. Bit and Perfecto with a couple of kills, and the bomb is now down. The bomb has to be put down by Dexter, and it's been turned. NaVi will pull it back. 14 rounds picked up. The best opportunity for MOUZ to close it has slipped through their fingers, and NaVi will stay alive.
Oh, MOUZ a little hesitant as they approach the A site. It takes them so long to finally make this call, to finally move into position. And then that missed shot from torzsi. Bit makes him pay. MOUZ set themselves up pretty effectively, but I really think that was the big deal. As soon as torzsi misses the shot, Bit ends up getting a second kill on the round. And now MOUZ will be feeling the pressure. They will feel like that was their golden opportunity, their golden ticket to take us to a third. It's gone, and they've got to try and bounce back.
Well, they're trying to force their way through the B side. And look at the gun on the other side here. Perfecto, UMP in hand. He will go down without a single kill, and it is just one for Bit. The second time of asking looks just as good for MOUZ, and it is just Simple and SDY trying to close this one out. SDY in middle. Simple held behind two smokes inside of the market. It would take something unbelievable to get back into this. SDY takes down Dexter, but it will be closed. MOUZ will take map 2. Mirage will go their way, and this series will have to be settled on Inferno. We're going to a break. When we come back, we'll break down Mirage and get ourselves ready for map number 3.